Hey, how you doing? All right. We did two tutorials on how to forecast your weather. Remember, we don't need the weatherman anymore because we're going to do this all by ourselves, and we're probably going to be more accurate. So check out my other two videos, tutorials, and we're going to do the third one today. This one is a little bit different. I've got a few more good ones we're going to do, but this one here, we're going to type in this one we're going to do, okay, just type in CIMSS tropical cyclones. All right. So this site is really cool. This site, basically here you can see, is called tropical cyclones, a satellite perspective. And it basically will show you all the hurricanes, tsunamis, cyclones. They're almost the same thing, right? All the big storms, all in the oceans. And the ocean is what we're going to look at today, all right? And you could break it down too. It's got all these different regional, real-time drop downs, so you can drop down all these, and just you can hang out in here and do all kind of fun stuff. You know, do waves and temperatures. What I like this particular site for is this MIMIC, okay? The MIMIC, Total Precipitable Water, version 2. This is the one I like. And I want to tell you about this. This is probably something most people don't know a whole lot about. I mean, everybody talks about how there's not a lot of water and we're using it all up. And sure, that's all true. You know, a lot of our aquifers, like in America, are being depleted, you know, and we're selling out the water through called virtual water, and trading it out, giving it away. An example would be, you know, we will send 1 pound of pork to this place here called Japan, right? And what are they going to send us back? They're going to send us back some fish or some rice, probably fish. And the pound of pork will cost you and me in aquifer water roughly 1,600 gallons of water, virtual water, to make 1 pound of pork. You know, and they're going to send us back a fish that costs what, 2 gallons of water? So it's about virtual water, and that's why it's so important. Now, speaking of water, this is what we're going to be doing here. This is pretty cool. Let's stop it. We're going to stop it right here, and I'm going to open this up. And this is live, okay? This will move throughout the day. Now, what this is actual water in a troposphere, which is, you know, up to about 6 miles, and this is what evaporates from the oceans. It goes way up into the sky, and then of course they form clouds. This is the river in the sky, and you can see how huge this river is. And these little, excuse me, these legs move around, and we want to grab some of this water, and we get little clouds. And here you can see how we grab some of it. We don't grab it, but it comes up into the Gulf, and you can see where this water is coming from. Now, what's kind of crazy is if you look at other sites, for example, Japan, okay? Not Japan, China. China's got a big desert, right? And it's huge desert. And you know what they're doing? They're going to build what's called an ionic heater. Now, there's a lot of ionic heaters all over the world, and I will do a tutorial on how to find them and look at them. But these things basically heat up the atmosphere, and what they do is they'll heat up the atmosphere, and that moves jet streams. And when jet streams move, guess what else moves? The water. Right, the water moves. And here you can see all this water here is starting to move towards Australia. And guess what? Australia just happens to have a drought. 100 degrees right now. A couple of weeks ago it was 104 degrees. They are cooking in Australia. They've had all kind of fires. They've had all these fires on the east coast of Australia, which is kind of funny because that's where their high-speed rail is going. There was all kind of fires over here. Now there's big fires in the center. But it's not just the fires. They had a drought. They have a drought right now. Well, there was a company. There's actually 3 huge companies that are now tapping into this river in the sky. And the way they do this through satellites. They do it using microwaves. They do it using radio frequencies. They do it using atmospheric conditioning. And they could actually stop the drought. And matter of fact, Australia was told they had to pay $100 million and their drought could end to this company. So there's a couple companies, if you got time, check it out. It'll blow your mind. Well, anyways, so here's the river in the sky. I like to see it to see where the water's at, and obviously the red is a lot more precipitable water. So now this, what's cool about this site also is that it has, well, I must have hit the wrong one, but it has different layers, and you could see where in a troposphere. I'll show what the troposphere is if we have a photo of it. Here we go. So basically, this is the troposphere. Okay, that I said troposphere. Troposphere is what I meant. And it's the first area, and it goes up about 6 miles. And then, of course, this is where all the water's at. And this is the river in the sky, and it all evaporates. So you could actually see and watch this in real time and see where the water's moving and where it's at. So anyways, I thought this was a kind of cool site to check into. Check it out, play with it. It's like a movie, and this will help you with your weather forecasting. So thanks for coming on. This was a short one. I've got a couple really cool sites we'll do, and I may do another one later tonight. Thanks for coming on. Rate and subscribe. Have a nice evening.